Good morning, fans. I've tried to do this last week, and I combined two fucking goddamn um, weeks of Ring of Honor television, and all of a sudden my computer decided we're canceling the entire fucking video. But hopefully everything stays where it's supposed to be, and we are good to go. So this is your official Mel's Mat Chat review of weeks 7, 8, 9 of Ring of Honor week, episode 5. So hopefully everybody's having a great Saturday morning. I got my coffee. Oh my God. Seriously? Death Wish did it again. Cinnamon gingerbread for the fucking win. For the fucking win. If this is any indication what they have in Death Wish, I cannot wait to try. When it gets to like gingerbread coffee in Starbucks, oh my God, it's on the borderline of a pumpkin spice. I am not joking. It is so good. I have legitimately expanded my coffee horizons basically within the past 2 years. I am obsessed with this. I cannot believe I missed the whole pumpkin boat, I am now on it, so I'm going to be drinking a lot of it, and it's delicious. Oh my God. There's also I know this is getting off track here, but in 7-Eleven they have creme cake coffee. You put that with the French vanilla. Yum, yum, yum. You could drink your coffee cake and don't have the problems with the calories. And I'll do that all day, all night. Anywho, I am counting down. Week from today, I will be getting ready to go to Las Vegas, and I'm going to try to do some vlogging. I'm going to try to do some videos and stuff like that. But if I can't, because this is my vacation and my birthday, you'll understand why, because it is Vegas after all. I know I should be going at the end of May, but I'm really not there for Double or Nothing. I'm really there for adult, a real adults, just relaxing, whatnot. I don't want to be dealing with fans. I don't want to be dealing with wrestling fans. I watch enough wrestling. I deal with enough wrestling. So this whole long weekend, whatnot, is going to be definitely, how can I say it? Definitely needed. So yes, my birthday is going to be in May, and it's on the 10th. So that on the 13th, which is the 10th is a Wednesday, the 11th is a Thursday, the 12th is that Friday. So I'm going to be doing that Friday as my birthday show. So I'm going to be 41 years old, which is fucking crazy. I've been through the ringer this week. I've been through good times. I've been through great times. And I've also been through like, oh shit, what's going to happen times. A lot of things have panned out. A lot of things are good, which I'm not going to divulge because it's kind of private. Yeah, I'm in a really great place right now, and I'm really happy. I haven't felt like this since before my mother died, even before like I became a parent and everything like that. So I'm really happy right now, and it's duly needed because due to the fact is, yes, I've been through the fucking ringer, and yes, I lost so much in my entire life. So now it's time for what? It's me time. It's my time. Bum. Thank you, Triple H. So this is, I'm going to get you all caught up with Ring of Honor and whatnot. Things, basically, this is now the new Dark, basically. Because they've canceled Dark Elevation. So basically, finally, Tony Khan says, we don't need these many shows. We can use ROH as Dark, basically, or a variable of Dark, and like getting yourself ready for Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. Yes, speaking of Collision, I will be covering it. I don't know why I do this to myself, but it is what it is. So the way things are going to be on my show now, we're going to do AEW right off the top. Then we're going to go seamlessly right into WWE. And if I wanted to do it in daily chronological order, because Friday is my the beginning of my new wrestling week, it would be going SmackDown, Rampage, Collision, Raw, and Dynamite. I'm considering throwing in maybe an NXT situation just to, like, depending on if I remember and I have the time with this whole situation. So, or I might just throw in as a extra type situation, like, hey, if you're into NXT, here you go. Here's like the 15-20 minute thing, so you can still, and I can do that on Wednesday morning or whatever the case may be, and get it out of the way, or do it like Tuesday night and just upload it for like a Wednesday afternoon delight, like maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so you could still see me. Yeah, I know you miss me when I'm not on and everything like that, but I have other priorities, people. So this is not my job. I don't do this as a career. I do this as a hobby, but it is a priority in my life. So, but it's not the number one priority. I have my family, my friends, my kid, my adult obligations and stuff like that. So it is what it is. But let's get down to this. So this is week 5 of the podcast, and we're going to be covering episodes 7, 8, and 9. So let's get to this. We have, oh, wait a minute. What the heck am I doing here? I need to tell you about Harry's, harrys.com. Go visit their website for all your shaving and toiletry essentials. Please do me a favor, go check out My Astro Classics at myastroclassics.com and go get all your beard essentials. Please do me a favor, go to Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com and murder your thirst with either regular spring water, unflavored sparkling water, flavored sparkling waters, and now iced tea. So go check them out at liquiddeath.com. Now, as I just told you, and I just plugged Death Wish Coffee, seriously, they have a new flavor, vanilla. Go check it out at deathwishcoffee.com. Also, please go check out House of Glory at houseofglory.com. I mean, houseofglory.net. Sorry. HOGwrestling.net. I completely had a brain fart, so sorry for that. So go check all of them out. They have their events coming up. You can go check them out when they're on Fight TV. I've locked in my price for $4.99, but right now for newbies it's $7.99. Hey, I jumped on the chance. I'm only paying $5, and seriously, even the $7 is a steal. You watch something and it's going to pay yourself off the first event. If you go scanning and it's part of the package, you watch it, it's basically going to pay off for itself. I'm not joking. So let's get on with episode 7. The card is Brian Cage versus Ortiz, Jay Lethal versus Darius Martin, the Infantry versus LFI, Tracy Williams versus Daniel Garcia, Willow Nightingale versus Notorious Mimi, Even Stevens versus The Righteous, Tony Nese versus Konosuke Takesha, 6-Man Lucha Brothers and Mark Briscoe versus the Workhorsemen and Shane Taylor, Ring of Honor Championship, Katsuri Shibata versus Christopher Daniels, Ring of Honor Women's Championship, Athena versus Minu Yamashita. Where this is being held from, which is the USB Arena in Elmont, New York. And this was taken when AEW was in my town. It's legitimately UBS Arena is that way. And I'm not joking. So we start off with match 1. Workhorse and Shane Taylor versus the Lucha Brothers and Mark Briscoe. Mark and Taylor to start. Mark lights Taylor up with some chops and gets run over by a shoulder block. Henry gets the tag and fights out of it early. Jay Driller. Henry eats a boot from Mark as Phoenix gets the tag and hits a rolling uppercut. Phoenix with a fireman's carry as Penta comes off the top rope in a with a drop kick to well south, basically the nether regions. Cazadoria bomb by Lucha Brothers. Taylor in now and eats a triple super kick. Penta fans on two punches and Taylor responds with a huge headbutt. Splashes in the corner by Taylor as Henry hits a running back elbow in the corner, followed by a neck twist by Henry and a senton by J.D. Drake. Drake lights up Penta with chops and tags Henry. Henry finds himself on the receiving end of a sling blade as Penta tags Mark. Mark with some redneck kung fu to Drake and Henry. Running boot to Taylor. Baseball slide by Mark to Taylor and a running blockbuster of the apron on the apron. I'm sorry. Blockbuster to Drake. Henry charges at Penta in the ring, but finds himself draped from the middle rope. Double stomp by Penta. Boss man slam by Drake to Penta. Rebound kick by Phoenix to Drake. Lariat by Taylor to Phoenix. Mark looks for a brainbuster to Taylor, but Taylor reverses it into welcome to the land. Running knees by Henry and a pump handle driver. Shining Wizard by Drake. 1-2 no. Lucha Brothers make the save. Destroyer to Drake by Penta. Henry comes off the top but gets met with a kick to the stomach, and the J Driller seals this one. Lucha Brothers and Mark Briscoe pick up the win. We have match 2. Championship. Pure Championship. Katsuri Shibata versus Christopher Daniels. We start off with double wrist lock by Shibata before turning into a chin lock with a knee in the back. Eye rake with the feet by Shibata, and Daniels grabs a hammerlock. Shibata trips Daniels and quickly locks in a figure 4. Shibata lets Daniels get to the rope, and that's the first rope break. Daniels respond by a northern lariat to the back of the neck. Shibata by the neck of Shibata. Sorry. Daniels now getting nasty and chopping the back of the neck. Neck breaker by Daniels gets a 2. Flatliner in the Koji clutch by Daniels. Shibata is struggling to make it to the rope, but finally shifts the hips into a pin that gets a 2. Daniels still in control with elbows to the base of the spine of Shibata. Daniels run into a strong forearm, and Daniels is reeling. European uppercuts in the corner, but Daniel follows Shibata into the opposite corner with a clothesline. Daniel lays in some chops, but Shibata is awake and drops Daniels with a forearm. Elbows in the corner by Shibata. Running drop kick in the corner by Shibata. Half and half suplex by Shibata gets a 2. Shibata locks in the rear naked choke as Daniels looked to be going out, but makes it to the bottom rope. Running STO by Daniels, but Shibata is up and hits a running STO of his own. Round kicks by Shibata to the chest and Daniels as he retains wrist control before locking in the rear naked choke. Shibata hits Daniels and follows up with a penalty kick, and this one is over. Still, Ring of Honor Pure Champion Katsuri Shibata. Next match, Brian Cage versus Ortiz. Ortiz tries to use his speed with a Gato clutch. This gets a 2, but Cage responds with huge elbow and gains control. Ortiz fights back and hits a cannonball off the apron to the floor that takes out Cage. Missile drop kick by Ortiz on the floor. Back in the ring and up and over by Cage, and a high kick that levels. Ortiz on the apron, deadlift suplex from the outside by Cage. Hammer throw by Cage sends Ortiz into the buckles. Hard. Cage catches a diving Ortiz, curls him, and then throws him to the ground. Ortiz tries to fight back with some forearms and chops and gets the rope, gets the boots up to charging. Cage rolls him up for a two neck breaker over the top rope and a bottom rope assisted DDT by Ortiz. Sorry, why am I thinking Orton? Jawbreaker by Ortiz into a Dog Valley driver that gets it too. Ortiz looks for a fisherman buster, but Cage head scissors that sends Cage into the corner. Ortiz with some big headbutts, but eats a super kick. Cage wants another deadlift suplex, but Ortiz gets in the ring and hits a power bomb from behind. Ortiz is now setting up for the fisherman buster again, but Cage counters in the drill claw, and that'll do it. Winner, Brian Cage. We have Sanjay Dutt versus Darius Martin. Very quick match. Maria Kanellis, oh yeah, on commentary with THRU and Bennett. Lethal attacks with some jabs, and Martin sends him to the outside. Martin follows up with suicide dive and a diving crossbody on the inside. Darius gets crotched on the top rope, and Lethal drop kicks him to the floor. Suicide dive by Lethal and a Fargo strut. Lethal looks for a figure four inside the ring. Martin cradles for a two. Enziguri by Martin sends Lethal to the floor. Both men are fighting on the apron now as Martin clotheslines Lethal's in the back. Back in the ring hits a big boot and through the ropes. Bottom rope assisted leaping flatliner for a two by Darius. Martin blocks a cutter by Lethal with a handstand and gets a 2 count. Spanish Fly by Martin gets a 2 count. Singh gets up on the apron and to distract the referee as Taven hits the ring and super kicks Martin. Lethal injection by Lethal, and this one is over. Winner, Jay Lethal. Match 5. La Faction Ingorables. I got the two right. It's the last one I'm having a problem with. I've got to hear somebody say it so I can keep repeating it. So for the time being, until I can get it, I'm going to be calling it LFI. It's much easier, and I know it's not disrespectful to them because they actually go by that sometimes. And they're facing the infantry. Dean and Dralistico to start. Arm drags by both men start, and some lucha dueling kip ups. And kip ups, and we're of Dralistico offers code of honor and Dean accepts it, but Dralistico hits a tornillo kick instead. Dean throws into Bravo, who makes the tag. Open hand chops are exchanged, but Bravo hits a rolling elbow. Roosh kicks Bravo from the outside, and Jalisco takes advantage with a pump kick. LFA cut the ring in half, and Roosh teases the bull's horn, but kicks Bravo in the face instead. Tranquilo, springboard code-breaker by Jalisco, gory special into a facebuster by Jalisco, and this one is over. Winner, LFI. Match 6. Daniel Garcia versus Tracy Williams. Red Death versus Hot Sauce. A battle of excellent nicknames. Russian leg sweep by Williams, right into a seated octopus lock. Arm trapped hammerlock suplex by Williams, and a running clothesline in the corner. Williams looks for a top turnbuckle DDT, but Garcia throws him off the top to the apron, and eventually the floor. Running clothesline in the corner by Garcia. The fans chant, "We want tables." To Garcia, runs outside and grabs a table, then flips them off. If you're a sports entertainer, then you grab the table, young man. Williams fires back with elbows, but Garcia cuts him off with a knee to the stomach. High angle backdrop by Williams. Williams goes up top and Garcia follows, but Williams gains control. Top rope DDT to the turnbuckle. Garcia lands on his feet and a discus lariat by Williams. 1-2, no. Crossface by Williams. Garcia gets the ropes. Half and half. Elevated by facebuster on the knees by Garcia. Out of nowhere. Winner Daniel Garcia. Match 7. Willow Nightingale versus Notorious Mimi. Very quick. Blinked and it was over. Willow uses her strength, but Mimi slaps her in the face and twisting her up in a Gato clutch for a 2. Springboard crossbody by Mimi for a 2. Willow responds with a pounce, Dr. Bomb, and this one's over. Winner, Willow Nightingale. The Righteous versus Even Stevens. So this is going to be a little confusing, so just follow me on here. Steve and Steven are the opponents here. So, here we go. Nigel compares them to the Mulcahy brothers. Outstanding double clothesline by Dutch. Back body to Steve. Let's go with Steve. Lariat by Dutch with a running basement flatliner by Vincent. Leg drop by Dutch. Elbow by Vincent. Steven gets disposed of. Ripcord Borisman slammed by Dutch and a swanton by Vincent. Autumn Sunrise, double team sliced bread. This one is over. The Righteous pick up the win. Oh, itchy. Let me take a sip of my coffee, please. You have no idea a good cup of coffee. It's an imperative you have a good cup of coffee. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Match 9. Tony Nese versus Konosuke Takeshita. Nese powers Takeshita early before eating a back elbow. Diving shoulder block by Takeshita, who then hits a bicep pose of himself. Forearms by Takeshita, but Nese sends him to the floor. Takeshita tries to skin the cat, but Woods holds his ankles down so Nese can drop kick in the back. Nese sends Takeshita into the stairs. Body scissors by Nese, but Takeshita gets a roll up for a 2. Spinning back kick to a seated Takeshita by Nese. Nese charges Takeshita in the corner, but Takeshita hits a huge lariat that sends Nese crashing to the mat. Haluva kick in the corner by Takeshita. Make that 2. Back elbow and rolling elbow by Takeshita. Senton off the second rope by Takeshita gets a long 2 count. Nese avoids charging Takeshita and plants himself with a super kick but runs into a blue thunder bomb. Davari and Woods pull Nese to safety, but Takeshita takes everyone out with a dive to the floor. Takeshita flattens everybody on the outside with elbows and knees before sending Nese back into the ring. Takeshita looks for a deadlift. Suplex by Nese. Swipes the legs out and hits a springboard moonsault to prone Takeshita. 2 count. Pump handle by Nese, but Takeshita breaks 3. Huge elbow by Takeshita and a double overhook tombstone. 2.999. Sterling grabs the leg of Takeshita, which allows Nese to backflip out of a German suplex. Pump handle into a tombstone by Nese. 1-2. Face wash in the corner by Nese, who charges for the knees, but Takeshita moves, grabs a waistlock, and hits the Chaos Theory with a bridge for a 3. Winner, Konosuke Takeshita. In the main event, I'm sticking to my stupid seat. Hold on, thank you. Ring of Honor Women's Championship. Athena versus Minyu. Yamashita. Athena has been on a heck of a streak lately, beating Sakazaki, Sakura, and Willow in the recent weeks. Athena avoids a spinning heel kick and heads to the outside. Yamashita with some brutal roundhouse kicks to Athena. Yamashita gets the boots up as Athena charges, then follows up with a leg trip and another roundhouse kick to the body. Athena then heads to the outside again and calls for a timeout, but Athena sweeps the legs and Yamashita lands hard. Athena then pulls Yamashita to the floor and puts the boots to her on the ground. Indian Deathlock variation by Athena. Back in the ring, Yamashita gets the ropes and fights spills to the floor. Yamashita connects with a running soccer kick from the apron. Athena in trouble, but is able to trap a kick from Yamashita before picking her up in a fireman's carry and hitting her headfirst on the ring post. Athena goes up top inside the ring, but Yamashita lands a head kick and follows her up to the top rope. Avalanche attitude adjustment by Yamashita gets a 2 count. Yamashita looks for a high kick, but Athena catches her and locks in a single Boston Crab. Athena resets in the center of the ring and transitions into an ankle lock. Yamashita sends Athena into the ropes and follows it up with a running kick to the back of the head. German suplex by Yamashita and a speeding heel kick, but Athena pulls the referee in the way, who narrowly avoids a connection. Athena thinks better of it and heads to the back, but Yamashita follows up. Both women are fighting on the entrance now, exchanging elbows. Attitude adjustment by Yamashita on the entrance. Athena now with a cannonball to the floor off the stage. Both women are down now. Skull kick by Yamashita back in the ring gets a long 2 count. Spinning back kick by Yamashita misses and Athena locks in the crossface. Athena resets and rolls her in the center of the ring and Yamashita taps out. And still, your Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena. She is come a long way since WWE. I am thoroughly impressed with her. Gotta love that coffee. We have episode 8 coming up, and the the matches are as follows. Oh my God! Vegas can't come soon enough, and I am not joking. We have Sky Blue versus Kelly Madden, Willow Nightingale versus Little Mean Kathleen, Mike Bennett versus Darius Martin, Alex Coughlin and Katsuri Shibata versus the Workhorsemen, Tracy Williams and Weird versus Wheeler Yuta, Mark Briscoe versus Arya Davari, Stu Grayson versus Tony Nese, Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena versus Ashley DM Watts. She has signed a full-time contract, DM Watts, so congratulations to her. Ring of Honor World Championship. Claudio Castagnoli versus Metalik. I just cannot wait for the I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be on, it was on at 5:30 on Friday. I think there's a match with the debuting of Roderick Strong, which I'm like completely shocked, but I'm also fucking excited about. So that's good. They're slowly, and I'm hoping that they are going to use him, which, fingers crossed, you know? We have match 1, Arya Davari versus Tony versus Mark Briscoe. Mark with some big chops to start. This is episode 8, just to let you know. And a vertical suplex, causing Davari to retreat to the outside. Briscoe looks for a suicide dive, but Nese trips him up. Davari regains control. Body scissors by Davari as the crowd firmly behind Mark Briscoe. Neck breaker by Davari and a hammerlock DDT get a 2 count. Davari comes off the top with a crossbody that gets a 2 count. Body slam by Davari, who heads up top again, but misses a diving body splash. Redneck Kung Fu clothesline in the corner by Briscoe and a Uranagi by Mark. Jay Briscoe-esque neckbreaker by Mark gets a 2 count. Davari fights out of a Death Valley driver as Sterling gets on the apron, cause a distraction. Referee sees Woods and Nese get involved, so they get kicked out. Davari tries for a roll-up Mark, but Mark counters with a J Driller, and this one is over. Winner, Jay Briscoe. OMG. After the match, the varsity athletes now attack Mark Briscoe after the bell. Here comes FTR. Dax and Cash even up the odds here as the fans go crazy. FTR and Mark Briscoe clear the ring and stand tall. When they won the AEW World Tag Team Champions, they took a belt. I don't know if whoever it was, they got in a they carved a little plaque that says Jay Briscoe, and they gave it to the family, which gets me all the time. Gets me in the fields. I'm not kidding. There was an interview with Eddie Kingston is shown. Kingston says that Claudio was the better, more violent man. Kingston says he suffered a hernia in September, but it's gotten worse and in the match because Claudio beat his ass. Kingston remembers the words, "You either win or you learn," and he forgot that until now. Kingston will move forward and learn from his mistake. Outstanding stuff. So he's out. So then it gives another person to come up. I think he's gotten surgery, if I'm not mistaken. Very quick here. Sky Blue versus Kelly Madden. Madden ducks a spinning back kick and rolls her up for a 1. Madden works the back of Blue, now a snap suplex. Madden runs into a back elbow and Blue charges with some clotheslines. Sliding kick by Blue and Skyfall finishes this one. Winner, Sky Blue. Match 3. Mike Bennett versus Darius Martin. Heavy chops in the quarter by Martin as Bennett responds in kind. Both men trade shoulder blocks as Martin responds with a big drop kick. Bennett ducks a baseball slide, but Martin comes off the guardrail with crossbody with guardrail with a crossbody. My sock is falling off. Martin rolls Bennett in the ring as Matt Taven gets on the apron, allowing Bennett to throw Martin off. Both men on the apron now as Bennett calls for Martin to strike back and fight him. Super kick by Bennett and a Death Valley driver on the apron. Rolling elbow by Bennett, but Martin responds with a pair of clotheslines and an enziguri. Spanish fly by Martin gets a 2. Martin goes for a pile driver possibly, but Taven just decides to hop in the ring and pound on him, causing a DQ. So that means Darius Martin picks up the win. Match 4, Wheeler Yuta versus Tracy Williams. Wheeler stomps the ankle early and catches a roll up for a 2. Single leg by Yuta into an arm drag, but Williams blocks it and transition into a straight armbar. Yuta fights out of the armbar and stomps on his face. Rebound rebound drop step up by Yuta and some forearms behind the neck. Senton by Yuta gets a 2 count. Singular leg by Yuta, who locks in the Indian Deathlock. Williams fights from below, but Yuta is still able to bridge into the submission. Williams makes it into the ropes. Arm trap teardrop suplex by Williams gets a 2. Yuta fights back with some chops, and Williams does the same. Williams goes up top, but Yuta hits an enziguri and follows. William hits a top rope DDT and a rolling lariat. Brainbuster by Williams, 2 count. Williams locks in the crossface. Yuta reverses into a cradle for a 2. Saito suplex by Yuta and an angle slam. Hammer and anvil elbows to Williams. Surgically repaired shoulder by Yuta, who transitions into a hammerlock dragon sleeper that gets the tap. Winner, Wheeler Yuta. Match 5, Workhorseman versus Katsuri Shibata and Alex Coughlin. Before we go into this match, I remembered something. You know that the Kingdom, which is Matt Tavern and what's his face, Mike Bennett, are back in, and Maria Kanellis. I would actually like to see them rekindle that with Adam Cole, but since we have Roderick Strong in the mix now again, things just completely changed. It is what it is, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Outstanding grappling exchange between Shibata and Henry to start. Henry looks for a PK, but Shibata runs a single leg and locks in a straight ankle lock. JD Drake makes the save with a diving headbutt to Shibata, as Coughlin gets the tag as well. Both men trade heavy chops to start, but Coughlin flips out of the arm drag and drops Drake with a double leg big boot and side Russian leg sweep by the Workhorseman for a 1 count. Coughlin and Henry now trade strikes, and Henry hits a snap suplex, and Drake comes over the top with a senton. Workhorseman now taunt Shibata. Coughlin with some heavy chops. I lost my place. Sorry. Chops, but Drake responds with a belly-to-belly release. A Vader bomb of the bottom rope for a 2. Diving double stomp by Henry gets a 2 on Coughlin. Bridging death lock by Henry as Shibata makes the save before chastising Coughlin. Coughlin is seated in the middle of the ring and picks up Henry like a suplex before getting to his knees and then standing up fully. Amazing strength there. Hot tag to Shibata, who cleans house. Big boot to Drake and seated dropkick in the corner to Henry. Half and half chancery suplex by Shibata gets a 2. Shibata has the rear naked choke on Henry, but Drake chops him from behind. End of days enziguri combo by Workhorseman gets a 2 count. Deadlift gut wrench suplex on the outside by Conklin to Drake. Shibata and Henry are eye to eye in the center of the ring. Henry with some big elbows, but Shibata drops him with one stiff shot. Sleeper by Shibata and a PK. This one is over. The winners are Katsuri Shibata and Alex Coughlin. Post match, Coughlin seems to challenge his mentor Shibata for the ROH Pure title. I'm telling you, this was a quick blink and you're over match. Match 6, Willow Nightingale versus Little Mean Kathleen. Willow is caught off guard by Little Mean Kathleen, but retains control. Snapmare and a big boot by Willow. Oklahoma Stampede by Willow, and this one is over, and Willow Nightingale picks up the win. Very quick, very painless. Match 7, Stu Grayson versus Smart Mark Sterling. Step up Hurricane Rana by Grayson, and overhead belly to belly to start. Diving senton to the apron by Grayson, and a somersault senton to the outside. Grayson rolls knees back in the ring and heads up top. Grayson lands on the apron and looks for a springboard, but knee shoves him all the way to the guardrail. Running European uppercut inside the ring by Nice as he follows Grayson up to the top. Grayson looks for a diving sunset flip off the top, but Nice responds with a spinning back kick for a 2. Grayson tries to fight back with chops and does spinning back kick number 2 by Nice, but Grayson follows with a Uranagi and a springboard tornillo. Senton for a 2. Backflip out of a fireman's carry and looks for a pump handle, but Grayson counters into an inverted F5 for a long 2 count. Delayed vertical suplex by Grayson, but Nice floats over and drops Grayson throw first over the top rope in a la Macho Man. Grayson looks for a German suplex, but Nice reverses into a roll up for a 2. Grayson ducks a lariat and hits the Pele Haluva kick to Nice. Canadian backbreaker into a backbreaker by Grayson and gets the win. Winner is Stu Grayson. Post-match, the Righteous are here and seemingly impressed by Stu Grayson. I was thinking about this. What if those two join the Dark Order? We have -1 in the ring, and he has some sort of vision and some sort of power. He said, I have a message. My dad is giving me a message. The Exalted One is giving me a message. We have a prophet. We have a prophet, and we have 2 of them. And then we have the Righteous join the Dark Order. Tony and fucking Vince McMahon could not afford me from all the fucking creative. Fuck Jesus Christ. Both of them wouldn't relinquish power for the love of Jesus. What was I thinking, you know? Match 8, Ring of Honor World Championship Proving Ground. Match Athena versus Ashley D'Amboise. The title isn't on the line, but if D'Amboise wins or goes a full 10 minutes, she will get a future title opportunity. Wrist lock takeover by D'Amboise. Make that 2, and a dropkick. Athena responds with a dropkick of her own, and D'Amboise is down. Abdominal stretch with a fish hook by Athena, but D'Amboise rolls her up for a 1. Clothesline by D'Amboise and a Samoan drop get a 2. D'Amboise heads up top, but Athena tosses her to the apron and follows it with a stiff dropkick that sends her to the floor. Lope by Athena and rolling elbow on the outside. Running double knees to D'Amboise, who was propped up against the steel steps. O-face back in the ring, and this one's over, and the winner is Athena. Lexi Nair in the back with Ashley D'Amboise, who was saying she expected more honor. Here's Athena to lay out her again and call her all these women porcelain hussies while demanding a new and real challenger. Oh my god, I can't even speak today. Ring of Honor World Championship. Claudio Castagnoli versus Metalik. This is match 9 and the main event for week 8 of Ring of Honor TV. Both men trade arm drags with Metalik, getting the better of it. Wheelbarrow into a headlock takeover by Metalik and head scissors off the second rope. Claudio retreats to the outside, but Metalik comes over the apron with a cannonball, but he's caught. Claudio catches him face to fist on the apron. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Claudio. Gets a 2 count. Running European uppercut by Claudio gets a 2 count. Claudio grounds Metalik with a wrist lock now. Drop toe hold by Metalik sends Claudio into the middle turnbuckle. Insecurity by Metalik and a springboard hurricanrana. Clothesline by Metalik. Take that too. Test the strength into a sling blade by Metalik. Claudio rolls to safety, but Metalik dives to the floor with a somersault plancha. Metalik rolls Claudio in the ring and comes off the top with a springboard splash for a 2. Metalik gets caught going for a hurricanrana, but managed a sunset flip. Almost a code red for a 2 count. Moonsault by Metalik, but Claudio gets the boots up to the face. Big lariat by Claudio gets 2. Claudio looks for a suplex, but Metalik counters with an enziguri. Claudio sitting on the top rope halfway between turnbuckle and Metalik runs the ropes and hits a diving hurricanrana for a 2. Metalik looks for an elbow drop off the top, but Claudio gets the knees up and immediately locks in the crossface. Metalik hammer and anvil elbows and now, and Claudio is looking for a stoppage. Neutralizer, and this one's over. Winner still Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion, Claudio Castagnoli. And that is that for week 8. While I get to my notes for week 9, I want to let everybody know. Please go check my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Mel's Mat Chat. The Instagram and the Twitter are blue check verified, so it's really me. Please go check me out on my Snap because I've been doing a lot of Snapchats and whatnot. I gotta balance it. What I'm gonna try to do is do it on Snap, put it on TikTok, and spread both videos out. If it has a link that I can schlep it to, that would be great. Also, please go when you're here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on my bell for all notifications so when you know what's going on my channel. Week 9 of Ring of Honor. We have the card as followed. Brian Cage versus Leon Ruffin. Diamante versus Sky Blue. Oh, I love Diamante. Dark Order versus Truthbusters. Best Friends versus Joe Orcazio and Mookie Summers. The Infantry versus LFI. Rocky Romero versus Lee Moriarty. Blake Christian versus Gringo Loco. Oh my God, that's this guy from MLW. Wow. Ring of Honor Championship Proving Ground. Athena versus Lady Frost from Impact. So, this is, I forgot to tell you from week 8 where they're coming from. I forgot. I tapped it a little too much. So now I got myself out of this. And there. Week 8 was coming from. Didn't say where it did. I didn't jot it down. That's okay. But week 9 is coming from the Emmons Center in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Ring of Honor Women's Champion Proving Ground. Athena versus Lady Frost. Head scissors take over by Frost early. Athena sends her into the middle rope. Stomach first and follows with a senton. 2 count. Backbreaker and a twist by Athena. Frost fights back with some elbows and a spinning back kick. Rising kick in the corner and a no-hand cartwheel senton into the corner. Frost looks for a moonsault, but Athena gets up and swipes her feet out. Athena locks Frost in the Tree of Woe and delivers some boots to expose her stomach. Frost with a tornado kick out of nowhere and goes up top. Sky twist press. Athena rolls to the ropes and clings to the bottom to prevent the pin. Frost pulls her up and Athena counters into a rolling elbow for the finish. Winner is Athena. A great video package of Kingdom is shown. They're coming for every single team in that reach the Sky ladder match when they crown the new ROH Tag Team Champions. Infiltrate versus LFI. Bravo gets dropped by Vance early. Spinebuster by Vance and a full Nelson, but Dean makes the save. Vance runs through a double clothesline and delivers two of his own to both team members of the infantry. Discus lariat to Bravo, and Vance pulls him up before the 3. Vance lays Bravo in the corner for Roosh. Makes the tag, and it's the Bull's Horns for the finish. Winner LFI. I'm very congested today. I'm sorry. Best Friends versus Mookie Summers and Joe Ocasio. Back suplex by Trent to Ocasio. Chuck is now in and sends Ocasio in the corner with a clothesline. Mookie in now, and he gets a power bomb. Ocasio attacks from behind, but Trent pile drives him for good measure. Now Chuck piles Ocasio Doomsday Sexy Chucky knee by Best Friends, and this one's over. Winner, Best Friends. Match 4, Brian Cage versus Leon Ruffin. Cage corners Ruffin early and delivers some shoulders to the gut and heavy chops. Belly to belly by Cage. Ruffin tries for a DDT, but gets caught in a minute-long standing suplex. But Ruffin lands on his feet. Insecurity by Ruffin, who comes off the top with a crossbody, but Cage catches him and curls him. Fallaway slam by Cage, F5 by Cage, but Ruffin counters into a DDT. Springboard into an escape and a diving cutter. Ruffin changes into what may have been a hardest clothesline ever seen. Powerbomb by Cage into a powerbomb backbreaker. Cage then locks in a standing Texas Clover leaf and steps on the head of Ruffin, who's already out. Winner, Brian Cage. Match 5, Truthbusters versus the Dark Order. The righteous music hits before the match started as Dutch and Vincent take a seat on the ramp. What did I tell you? I didn't even. Kay attacks Uno from behind and hits a dropkick. Diving European uppercut to the back and a 2 count by Kay. Kiss with a slingshot split for a 2. Cartwheel into a slap in the corner. Kay back in now, but charges into a boot. Uno suplexes Kiss while Kay is on the back on his back and gets a tag to Grayson. Grayson calls Kay on and hits a big Uranagi and a springboard twisting senton. Chasing the dragon by Dark Order and onto Kay. An electric chair into a powerbomb to Kiss. Pile driver followed by punt by Grayson, and this one is over. The winner, the Dark Order. Christopher Daniels says even though he's a Grand Slam champion, he's not done yet. Daniels wants a match versus Samoa Joe and the World TV Championship. I ain't gonna say no to that. Not by a fucking long shot, people. Oh, God, this coffee is... Oh, my God, I can't get over how good this coffee is. Yum. Get it, please. Go. Run to your computers. Grab your phone. Run. Do whatever you have to do. Just go and get it. Please. Match 6. Sky Blue versus Diamante. Both women trade pinning attempts early to start. Diamante focuses the attack on the back with a pair of backbreakers. Blue backs out of a code red and connects with a shotgun dropkick into the corner. Diamond crossbody off the top by Blue gets a 2 count. Blue charges with a rising knee and a sliding roundhouse kick. Diamante to the apron now as Blue looks for a flatliner, but Diamante hits a brutal German suplex instead. Yikes. Basement dropkick into the corner by Diamante, but Blue gets her arm on the rope at 2. Diamante looks for a brainbuster, but Blue rolls her up for the win. Winner, Sky Blue. Match 7. Lee Moriarty versus Rocky Romero. Bill gets involved early, allowing Moriarty to boot Romero to the floor. Moriarty in control, trapping the leg and hammerlocking the arm before snapping Romero's fingers. Moriarty retains wrist control as Romero tries to chop himself out and eventually does. European uppercut and a springboard DDT by Romero as both men are down now. Michinoku, sorry, I can't talk today. Driver by Moriarty. Gargano escaped now, but Romero rolls into a pin for a 2. Moriarty with a good striking combination, but Romero responds with a rewind kick. Romero rolls to the outside and avoids Bill before hitting a step up Hurricanrana off the steps to Moriarty. Slice bread back inside the ring gets a long 2 count. Moriarty attacks the arm and seemingly gets head scissored over the top rope to the floor. Suicide dive by Moriarty takes out Bill. Moriarty distracts the referee, and Bill chokeslams Romero on the apron. Leg lariat back inside the ring, and that'll do it. Winner, Rocky Romero. Are you fucking kidding me? So we go having fucking matches by Claudio Castagnoli and Eddie Kingston and all that shit. They put fucking in the main event on Ring of Honor TV. They have Gringo Loco and Christian and Blake Christian. Please, for the love of God, Tony Khan should have never bought Ring of Honor. This was a colossal mistake. The only reason why he fucking bought it so he could get the first all-in show. He could have easily said, you know what, I want the rights to this. Can I buy the rights to this? Because if I get a streaming service, I can put this on and there's no issues. Match 8, Gringo Loco versus Blake Christian. Up and over by Loco and a few handspring by Christian matches him step for step. Both men miss dives and moonsaults, and Christian finds himself walking the top rope and an arm dragging Loco, who cartwheels out of it. Fosbury flop by Christian misses but lands on his feet as Loco hits a somersault senton. Basement sliding kick by Christian followed by a drop kick to Loco. Fosbury flop lands this time as Christian sends Loco back in the ring. Christian's Spanish fly is blocked, but handspring kick connect. Christian walks into a super kick and gets elevated onto the shoulders and into a sit-out powerbomb. Both men are standing on the top now as Loco connects with a avalanche inverted twisting Spicoli driver. 1-2, no. Loco gets Christian up on his shoulders and walks the middle rope, but Christian flips out. Spanish fly by Christian and springboard 450. 1, 2, 3. Winner is Blake Christian. And that is it. That is it. You are all up to date. We are going to be doing episode 10 next week on Saturday. While I am going to be at my son's that day, you're going to be seeing a lot of me because I'm going to be on twice. I'm going to be at my 8 o'clock hour, and at 2 p.m. you're going to get the preview and predictions of Backlash. So look for that. So episode 289 is going to be a little light. You're going to see me a lot coming up. So that is it. That is it. Ring of Honor is all up to date on my standards. And I'm hoping that you guys are going to have a great Saturday, because I am, even though it's raining here in New York. And I'm going to finish my coffee and I'm going to start my day. So I want you to continue your day. Have a great rest of your weekend. Please check out episode 288. It's on my channel, so go check that out. And please go check out Harrys.com, Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com, Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com, Death Wish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. And please go check out the independent wrestling promotion in New York is HOG at hodwrestling.net. Please also go check out my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, Mel's Match Chat. Also go check my Facebook and Snapchat. And please do me a favor, just have a great weekend. And I will see you back here for episode 289 at 2 p.m. this coming Friday. I love you all. And we're now on the road to Backlash. And tonight, and last night was the draft. So that's going to be the highlight of the podcast on Friday. So look to that. And I've basically, I have the whole list there and whatnot. So, I'm going to be on it like you wouldn't believe. I'll have the list. I'll tweet everything out. I'll be tweeting everything out. I'm sorry. I'll be tweeting everything out. And I think I think you're going to love my reactions from the draft. So Again, have a great Saturday, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye bye.